Hey guys, how's everyone doing today? I just wanted to quickly go over what I wrote an article about this week for the America's I Ching and Neijing interstudy class that I'm involved in here in Santa Monica, California, with teacher Dr. Baolin Wu. It's basically the 5 Daoist tips for longevity. So, in essence, in terms of I Ching thinking and just Chinese medicine thinking, they actually place diet as the number one thing, and it's not because it's actually the most important. Emotions are kind of the most important, but the problem with that is emotions they kind of consider to be bad no matter what, because you're going to have challenges, you're going to have these things. So even though adjusting the emotions is important, they really consider diet something you have the most control over, because obviously you can control what goes in your mouth and what you drink and all that good jazz. So it's just important to, follow the best health guidelines that you can. If you want to go kind of on the more hardcore approach, you would be eating 1 or 2 meals a day instead of the 3 meals a day, and then fasting on Sundays. That was what a lot of the higher level Daoist, people did that lived over 100 and, maintained good health and all that stuff. But, just on the common sense level, Dr. Wu talked about eating 2 whole eggs a day is very important. Preferably just, hard boiled. That's when they kind of retain their shape and they have the maximum potency. But aside from that, tomatoes are very important. Eating fish is very important. Peanuts and walnuts are both very important. Peanuts for the heart and walnuts for the brain. And there's a variety of other foods. So basically, number 1, eat less. Number 2, eat healthy, right? So that's number 1 on the list. Number 2 would be actually having strangely proper sleep habits. So in essence, they would sleep in the fetal position. And so by doing this, they eliminate negative emotions, and they're able to kind of recharge the body more effectively by sleeping in that position. Obviously, it takes a while to get used to it, but once you do, it does help with a lot of variety of small health issues. So it is quite positive. It's something you can do pretty easily. Number 3 is pretty much never retire. You always want to keep working, even if you're not working for money. You're just kind of working for something. Just doing something out and about. That's pretty important. They consider that pretty important overall, and they think that has a lot to do with longevity in the long term. And there's number 4 would be talking about self-healing and things that you can do for yourself, like acupuncture and qigong and those types of things, because they consider that kind of like being your own doctor, being your own preventative medicine. And qigong and acupuncture, it's kind of like working from the inside out instead of diet, which is working from the outside in. But they would consider herbs part of diet, because in Daoist thinking, herbs are more like your food, and food itself is kind of like poison. And that's a concept that I talk a lot about in my book, Human Body Feng Shui. And number 5 is a surprise, so you'll have to wait for next time. Thanks, guys. Y'all be good.